it's just, I find it filthy and disgusting to listen to what I call uh, the Fourth Reich, the party of the Fourth Reich. The modern Republican Party is an openly racist, misogynist, homophobic, Nazi sympathizing, theocratic death cult. I don't know if you guys remember when their shit stain of a leader, Donald Trump, stood in front of the cameras and said that Mexico was sending rapists and murderers and drug traffickers and some good people. I mean, being openly racist. It's actually the other way around. There were some in the Republican Party who condemned that. The more moderate, but they still went ahead and voted for him. When he said that there were fine people on both sides on I don't know if you remember the Nazi march in Charlottesville. Yeah, I don't know how you can make a statement like that and not be considered an openly racist scumbag. Because no one who's flying a Nazi flag is a fine person. And they're not confused, they're not uneducated, they're just a piece of shit. And because that Nazi, if I have to explain to you what that Nazi flag stands for, you need to go get some, information on that. So now, the entire platform of the modern Republican Party is openly screaming that the people who are coming in the United States, aka the immigrants, are invaders. The Republican Party is saying that they're criminals. The Republican Party, including its leader, Donald Trump, and his vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, they're openly stating that immigrants are eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, that they're destroying the United States, that they're poisoning the blood of the United States. Donald Trump is openly calling for violence against his political opponents, promising to send the National Guard or the military against them, naming them by name. Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, naming them by name. When asked an interview afterwards, he doubled down on it. When they asked him, you said, do you still think are you going to send the military after your political opponents? And he called them, he's called all kinds of vile rhetoric. He celebrated the attempted assassination against Nancy Pelosi's husband, his sons and him, everybody. They were making fun of it openly. They made memes, spreading a false conspiracy theory, saying that the attacker that tried to murder Nancy Pelosi's husband, the guy's like 80 years old, something like that, an old guy, hit him upside the head with a hammer and took a video of Nancy Pelosi's husband on the floor doing agonal breathing. That's the breathing of agony, the breathing of death. When people are dying, they breathe like that. knocked out. Guy hit the Nancy Pelosi's husband with a hammer on his cranium. And they made up a story and laughed at it, saying that was a homosexual lover of Nancy Pelosi's husband who was jealous and went to attack him. A completely false story. They're laughing about it, spreading memes about underwear with blood stains, something with Pelosi's name on it that they built. They were chanting to kill Pelosi and kill the vice president when he certified the 2020 election. Donald Trump called that day, January 6th, a day of love. He has promised to pardon and release all of the January 6th defendants whom he calls hostages. He said that Second Amendment people should take care of Hillary. And now he's going around campaigning. The entire Republican Party is campaigning on the demonization and the vilification of immigrants, mostly Hispanic, and he's concentrated his attacks and efforts on Venezuelan migrants and Haitian migrants. They're openly, he's saying that they're bringing disease, that they're destroying, that they're raping, pillaging, that they're sacking, looting, and the rest of the bullshit that he expresses about immigrants. Openly, the entire party is cataloging millions and millions of hardworking, desperate people who came to the United States for a better future as criminals, rapists, drug traffickers, child molesters, and the rest of the shit, saying that their blood is poisoning the blood of America, and they're trying to change our culture, which is code for they're not white Christians. That's what they mean when they say they're changing our culture. And the rest of the shit stains that they have in the Republican Party leadership are all running on that platform. They're not even hiding it anymore. That's their platform. Save the United States from those filthy vermin, just like Hitler did. And then when somebody calls them on it, calls them the racist Nazi rhetoric, they say, well, you're stoking hate against us. No, motherfucker, because you're doing the exact same thing that the Nazis did. The Nazis scapegoated the Jews. They paraded the few Jewish people that they caught committing a crime, or they just made up that they committed a crime. And now you have Stephen Smith, this douchebag white supremacist, whom I don't know why this guy is a white supremacist. The guy's got Jewish blood, if I'm not mistaken. I think his grandma survived or was killed in a concentration camp. And he has become Joseph Goebbels' copycat. Joseph Goebbels, the minister of propaganda of Nazi Germany, a vile human being who, when the end was near, went to was in the Fuhrer bunker with his wife, and I think it was 4 little girls. This is Joseph Goebbels. And rather than be captured, him and his wife waited till their girls fell asleep. They gave them cyanide pills. They murdered their own children. Then they killed themselves, and they had the Nazi guards in the Fuhrer bunker take their bodies and burn them in front of the Reich Chancellery Garden on top of a Führer bunker so that they wouldn't be captured alive by the Russians. So when somebody tells you that they were fine people flying a Nazi flag, those are the people that flew Nazi flags. Joseph Goebbels flew that flag. And everything that that flag stands for is human trash. So these people are now the James Womack, I think is his name. He is the Republican Party, the Lee County Republican Party GOP chair. And he is in a video telling his army of poll watchers, they're nothing but a bunch of brown shirt Republican fascist voting intimidation force of about 1,800 people, I think, that are going to be intimidating people in polls, voting places, telling his employees to watch out, to be paying attention to Hispanic last names. Not because they're illegal, but because they're suspicious. See? So to all you idiots who, like me, are Hispanics, pay attention. Because according to Republican right-wing Christian propaganda, who are the ones that are leading the party, you and your loved ones are suspicious. Okay? So you form part of the people that are considered dangerous by the Republican Party. This is where we're at in the United States of America in the year 2024, with an openly racist, misogynist, pathological lying, demagogue infested fascist party trying to get their Nazi leader back in the White House so he can pardon himself, close the Department of Education, fire about 50,000 federal employees, replace them with his loyalists, put an abortion ban across the board. He has already said he wants to become dictator from day one. He says they should do what they did in China, which is nominate the president for life like Xi Jinping did. But the real power play is in getting J.D. Vance to power. J.D. Vance is the most extreme right-wing Nazi we have ever seen get anywhere near the White House. They know Trump doesn't have long left. He's declining rapidly. But they want that young right-winger up there. They're fascist who says beware of childless cat ladies, because that's what's wrong with the United States. Yeah, this is where we're at in the United States. And it's scary when they and openly they're calling the Republicans openly, many of them, and the ones that are not calling for it, they're not asking that their colleagues be censored, the ones saying this shit. They're calling Democrats child rapists, molesters. They're saying that homosexuals are child groomers, that teachers are child groomers. They're that banned over 3,000 books in Florida. They've made anti-gay laws, don't say gay bills. They attacked Disney World for speaking against the don't say gay laws. They've banned books, any teaching about the history of slavery in the United States. Donald Trump just went on Fox News saying that any school that teaches the fact that the United States was built on slavery, that he's gonna not send money to those departments, school departments, education departments. He's gonna abolish the education department. I mean, Project 2025, full on. And if that's what you want, just letting you know. I mean, I see the idiocy of people, Republicans in Florida, saying, well, you know, we got to get Republicans back in control because Florida is undergoing a crisis. Motherfuckers, Florida's been under Republican control for over 25 years. Exclusively under the control of Republicans. And it's an absolute shit show. There are no jobs down here. There's no rent control. It's a disaster with all hurricanes getting worse and worse. You know, that climate change thing that Republicans say it's a hoax, including Donald Trump, especially Donald Trump. Insurance through the roof. People can't afford shit. Jobs are gone. Disney was going to invest a shitload of money. They said they're not going. They're actually talking about taking Disney to Nevada. It's an absolute shit show, bud. So, if they don't dump these savages from the right wing and do it soon, we're in trouble. I mean, house prices are dropping rapidly. Shit ain't selling. People can't afford it. People are leaving. Companies are boycotting Florida, especially companies that held conventions here. They're out of here with all the homophobic, racist laws. We have a 6,000 or 7,000 teacher shortage right now in Florida. If you fuck with the tourism in Florida, it's over. It's just a fucking overpriced swamp with low pay. So, bravo. They turned down. Now they want to take, the Republicans want to take Rick Scott. he submitted a bill to sunset. Sunset is to kill Social Security and Medicare. Then he denied it. Even when they showed him the papers to his face. Like, and this guy, he stole that they could prove $1.3 billion from Medicare. Then he became the hottest ticket for the Republican Party. It seems like if you want to run for office in a Republican ticket, you have to be a scumbag, a thief, a liar, a racist, you name it, misogynist, anti-education, buffoon, lying sack of shit. So they turned down billions of dollars worth of Medicaid expansion for the working poor. They keep turning down rent controls. They're against increasing the pay constantly. They're always fucking with the people. And then they wonder why people leave Florida. That lie that people are coming to Florida in droves, it's nasty. It's a nasty lie. People are getting the fuck out of here. And it's because of their shit. And I gotta tell my Hispanic friends, bud, you're on the wrong side of history, man. You're on the wrong motherfucking side of history. You want to be remembered as a racist piece of shit, along with the other people, go ahead. Got news for you. You ain't white, bud. Your grandma black and blacker than mine. My grandpa blacker than yours. Yeah? Where's your grandma at? I know where mine is at. It's in my blood. Come from Africa. So, these white Tinos, see them out there voting for and talking shit about their own people. Motherfucker, you forget where you left your raft? See all these Cuban people talking shit about Venezuelans. Are you kidding me? I know you got a raft somewhere in your shed in the back. For when you came here on a raft asking for asylum, motherfucker. And you got it, you got your papers. Now you're gonna vote for the party that says that immigrants are polluting or poisoning the blood. Is that what you think your grandma's blood is? Poison? Your child's, your wife's? Because you're an immigrant. I just don't get it, man. Hey, I'll close with this. Everything that these people are accusing immigrants of, they're, to give you an example, Donald Trump's grandpa was a pimp from Austria. Lo and behold, he was also a draft dodger. They kicked him out of Austria for draft dodging. And if you look at the history of how this country was started, it was a bunch of European Christians invading this nation. This nation had about 50 million people living on it. Or at least that's the people I think my European ancestors killed. So they stole it when they ran out of Native Americans to enslave and overwork and kill. They talked to my Portuguese ancestors. They went and kidnapped a bunch of my African ancestors in West Africa for the next 400 years. Proceeded to use us to build the nation, rape our women, sell our children, sell our wives, cut our feet if we ran, lash us, prohibit us from learning, from escaping. They treated us, my ancestors, as property, chattel. And you proceeded to steal the other half from the Mexicans, from the Mexico people. And today, the descendants of the European Christian invaders, mass murdering savages from Europe, are calling the descendants of the rightful owners of this land, the ancestral owners, the descendants of the ancestral owners, are being called by white European Christian descendants. They're calling us invaders. Isn't that something?